This indeed is a bad news. Yes. The Pan-Niger Delta Forum, Pandef, has issued a stern warning to separatist agitators advocating for the Biafra Republic, urging them to cease incorporating communities from the Niger Delta and the South-South region into their secessionist agenda. Doben Doyenga, the national youth leader of Pandef, emphasized in a statement that the Niger Delta is distinct from the proposed Biafra Republic. He assured that the region would strongly oppose any further attempts to link its communities within or with the secession movement. The statement criticized the inclusion of Niger Delta areas in Biafra plans, describing such actions as disrespectful and insulting to the region's leadership. Pandef called on an immediate halt to those provocative actions, warning agitators against belittling the region's elders and leaders through reckless statements or publications. Doyega made it clear that Niger Delta youth would resist any effort to associate their territories with Biafra. He retreated the group's stance, stating that any attempt to claim Niger Delta towns as part of the Biafra agenda would face strong opposition. Reaffirming its commitment in a unified Nigeria, Pandef advocated for resource control and equitable treatment for all citizens. The group supports a system where states manage their natural resources while contributing to the federal government for national priorities like security and foreign policy. The forum highlighted the need to revert to principles in the 1964 constitution which allowed for federalism and resource control, contrasting this with the centralized approach of the 1999 constitution. It also called for a nation where subnational units could develop independently while maintaining unity. Pandef appealed to Nigerians and global observers to note its unwavering stance. The group insisted that the Niger Delta would never be part of any Biafra secession plan and urged agitators to act responsibly and respect the region's autonomy. The forum concluded by emphasizing its dedication to protecting Niger Delta's interests while promoting sustainable development and advocating for a united Nigeria. It urged agitators to desist from further provocation and respect the Niger Delta's district identity and aspirations. Nanugo Shona don hear. Okay. hmm. In trying to have an independent country, due process has to be followed, and as a referendum exercise is being carried out from the geographical location of the area in question before anything else. Separation by force without consent is like marrying a girl by force. Let Ekpa be logical here. Referendum is the solution to the whole thing. But the unfortunate thing there is that there is this argument whether there's constitution or there's a referendum in the Nigerian constitution or not is where the problem lies, because it would have been a different thing. But another thing that me have been asking, which I don't know whether some people, for those of you listening to me, whether you have an answer to that, that even if referendum is going to be conducted, who is going to conduct it? Is it the same Nigeria setting or what? I don't understand. Please let us know. If you don't know something, you ask question. Is it the same Nigeria that has been organizing election that will now organize a referendum, or is the international body? Let us know in the comment section. Just like we said, it is only referendum that can do that. But it's like it is a bottleneck. There is a bottleneck. I don't understand why those who call themselves politicians, it's just a funny country that we are living in. You see those who are talking about the good governors, who are talking about how things are supposed to be done because they are not in power. But when they have the opportunity of getting into power, it's a different ballgame entirely. They will not be behaving like people that have a mental problem. They will be behaving like people who have mental issues. You can imagine the Tinubu that was like, oh, he believes in restructuring. Have you ever heard him talk about restructuring. Even when they reminded him as soon as he came on board, he said restructuring is not what he believes now, that it should not be what we are supposed to be talking now. But when he was not in power, when he was not even close to the corridor of power, he was all over the place. They were the activists of those days. But see what is happening. That is the irony of this whole thing. Once they leave power, they began, they are no longer anything. But before they get into power, they'll be talking like responsible people. Give them the power is another thing entirely. Once they leave power, they are so powerless. When we talked about Okorocha, using an example of Okorocha and his son-in-law, and I was telling somebody yesterday, do you know that is he not this Okorocha, the same Okorocha and his son-in-law, that they were all over the place, they were shaking everywhere, big, 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 they were controlling, they were all of a sudden, none of them is talking. We all want a united and peaceful Nigeria where law and equity will be the order of the day. But in absence of that, separation may be the alternative. Is it not true? It is true. But the question is that when we stay together, that is where we will make much progress. It is always a good thing. But I don't understand. They know this thing. But why can't you? And for us to get this united where we have a equal rights and all of that is as simple. It's a very simple thing that should be done. That those who are talking about secession will forget about it. You know, it's just like when you are hungry, you don't even talk about okay, I'm preparing for one food tomorrow or not, because you are already full at that time, because everything is already, your expectations, your desires have been met. Why is it that the simple thing we need to do so that things will work out fine, they don't want to do it? Because the effort to put to make sure that things work well, and nobody will be talking about a secession or breakup of the country or division of the country. It is far cheaper compared to when we want to go through that route of we want to divide this, we want to divide that. But a lot of people who believe in one Nigeria, they are beginning to this whole thing is not working. Pandef will always remain deaf to the popular yearning of her people for freedom. They make noise about Niger Delta but live in Abuja. Oh my goodness. The needful must be done. So guys, let's say your opinion and have your take on this. Thank you.